began the discussion talking about Christian Pulisic playing it up front and early returns in this one.
Yeah,
there were opportunities.
It's a great step from Austin Trusty, layoff from Malik Tillman, and cut down angle from Vitinha. Maybe skips through, but it looks like Jose Sa might have got a big left hand to it. The interpretation of the position and then set piece opportunities. Listen, in one angle, and we'll talk about the goal from Joao Felix a little bit later, but the United States did have chances. The press through, and Vitinha, quick little combination play, forward, back, forward. And this angle, this turn, we were looking for statement moments, and this is a statement save from Matt Freese, who, in my humble opinion, has, without a shadow of a doubt, grabbed the number 1 jersey in the starting spot in between the posts for the U.S. men's national team. Recycled, missed opportunity. Christian can't get on the end of it. Weston can't get on the end of it. And then Sebastian Berhalter, comfortable save, full stretch to his right-hand side. Jose Sa is that looking to just catch the inside of that near post. Underlap, overlapping, and at this point, Christian, from distance, just spins one off the surface, inches past the outside of that right post. And in a similar phase of what we saw against Belgium, not able to capitalize and find the back of the net and change the momentum. Vitinha then finds Bruno Fernandes. And as he goes down, good closing down space, but the genius of the heel flick, and then Trincao. Perfectly weighted, far post side net with just a delicate little curl at the last second, opens up the scoreline in the 27th minute.
So 1-0 at the half, second half, 59th minute. It's Portugal again, and it's a lot of time.
Oh, and Kyle was right in the middle of the match. And everybody condenses. Everyone's trying to get in the best case scenario defensively, but somebody misses their mark on Joao Felix. And not only does he get the big first touch, he has enough time to allow it to come back down, and then he strikes through it, and that made it 2-0 in the 60th minute.
If you're wondering about every moment of every game intensity, that may be a moment that Mauricio Pochettino goes back to and reviews. You look at the final stats in this one, Portugal, no surprise, dominates possession. Shots, actually 12-11 in favor of USA. And the fouls, which, if you want to count that as a step up in intensity for the USA, that was certainly there. But in the end, Portugal takes it down. Christian Pulisic, you look up top. He chatted with Melissa Ortiz.
Christian, walking away from this camp with 2 defeats against top teams, what are your initial reactions?
Obviously, we're disappointed with the results, but to be honest, I'm taking a lot of positives from it. I think we're a lot closer than it may seem, and a couple things aren't go our way, and I still feel positive, and I have belief in this team.
What positives can you take away from this camp?
Yeah, I mean, we put a lot of pressure on them in the first half of both the games, and we're able to create chances. If I finish a couple chances, which I know I'm going to, things are going to be a bit different, and then just a couple moments where we're just a little bit lack of concentration, and we give them up goals, but I feel like we're right in the game, and I feel good things coming.
I feel the positivity coming from you. What can you take away from your personal performance over the 2 matches, especially given the change in position into the 9?
No, I mean, physically I feel really good. I feel really sharp, and I feel I'm doing a lot of good things. I have to help my team to get assists and score goals and create chances. And obviously when I don't do that, it's frustrating, but I feel that I'm close, and I feel good things in front.
Thank you, Christian.
Thank you.
Christian Pulisic says they feel close. We saw a package that you ran during the game about, I wouldn't say missed opportunities, but being in a position where a final bit of skill might have made a difference, might have at least forced a tough save. That happened a number of times here. Do you feel like we're lacking that, or does it feel like we're there, we're on the cusp of it, it just didn't happen?
I mean, listen, there were a few chances today that maybe Balogun does a little better on, or Christian Pulisic, as he said, in his best form, does better on. It's just, I don't think the World Cup is going to come down to a bunch of chances, and that's going to be the difference. It's positive. I love watching us try to go toe-to-toe and play in an aggressive way against the Portugals of the world. But really, it's going to come down to, you could get 3 or 4 or 5 of these chances, and the U.S. tonight was not clinical enough, was not good enough in the final third. It's only going to take a Germany, a Spain, forget Brazil. It's some of these best teams in the world that go deep in this tournament do not need as many chances to punish you. And listen, we know that. That's not something to be hypercritical about this team. It's just Pochettino said it the other day. If we're scoring 10 goals, I'm okay if we concede 5. It's the conceding 5 part. I know we say these are friendlies. It's how we're conceding those goals, I think, that worries me the most. And that, to me, is more the thing to focus on than our inability to put those chances away.
Do you think that's more specifically that second goal and all the time that was given there to settle a ball that was bouncing?
Listen, we Kyle, you mentioned it during the broadcast, and it's about switching off in certain moments. And against these top teams, you can't switch off, because when you switch off, they will punish you. And we saw that, and even on the first goal, and we look at the second goal here, but we can't allow the time for this ball to travel from the corner to the top of the box, and then João Felix take a touch, not a great touch, have it bobble up to his chest, have it drop back down with nobody getting pressure to the ball. And you look at the first goal, when you go back to the first goal, it's the same thing. We turn the ball over in midfield, within 1-2 passes, they're inside of our 18-yard box, and the ball's in the back of the net.
My question on this is you've got a hybrid of zonal marking at the top of your 6-yard box, the responsibility of attacking the ball, and then tracking runs inside of your 6 where no one's responding. Now, this one's unfortunate for Weston McKennie because he's trying to maintain possession and find the second run popping out of the midfield. I believe it was Sebastian Berhalter. But then Vitinha, one of the best players in his position, finds one of the other best players in his position, and Bruno Fernandes. That heel flick into space, it's no look, and Trincao with that perfectly weighted, soft little curler, far post side net. Technically, it's a fantastic goal. The problem that I'm having in this is trying to find the nuance of how do we take what the results are in reality and at the same time understand that first 45 minutes is probably a better indicator of the way that Mauricio Pochettino is seeing his idea of his strongest possible 11.
Yeah, but the game, the match is 90 minutes. It's not 45.
But at the World Cup, you're not getting 11 changes.
I understand
so the reality of these games, look.
It'll still be 90 minutes at the World Cup, Dunny.
Oh, of course, but
everyone keeps saying we don't play these matches as friendlies.
Of course.
It's 90 minutes. Yeah, we might play great 45 minutes in the first World Cup match against Paraguay. But then after that, we still have another 45, and we're going to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's not – I understand what Christian's saying. You know, I'm glad that he's confident. I'm glad that he's confident in his group because we're not every day on the training ground. We don't see what they're, talking about, what they're doing every single day when they're in camp. So I like that he's confident in what they're doing, but we have to go by what we see. And right now, we play well for 45 minutes against some of the best countries in the world, but then the next 45, it's like, what happened? There's 90 minutes of football, and we still haven't put that together yet.
2 games in this international window, 2 losses for Team USA, 5-2 Belgium, 2-0 today to Portugal. We'll be joined by a guest now. On headset, down pitch side, Matt Freese. Matt, thanks so much for coming on. Really appreciate it. This international window and your performance today, how do you leave this, and how do you feel about your play and the team's play right now?
Not too much to say about my play, to be honest with you. More focused on the team. An unfortunate result tonight, leaves me wanting more for the group and fully believe that we can do more. But I think also a lot of positives to take away.
And Matt, 2 games left to go, and every game's going to matter. And first game of World Cup always matters. Let's say you're on that roster. Let's say you're starting. Where do you think these marginal gains need to be in order to hit that competitive level when you get to the World Cup?
Yeah, I think it's about just continuing to work together, continuing to, be detailed in the fine moments, the small moments, the detailed moments. That a few minor things were the difference today, and as soon as those switch, it's a whole different ballgame.
Hey, Matt. What's the mood in the squad right now? I know that the results didn't go the way that you guys wanted it to, but now that you guys are going back to your club teams, obviously the roster is getting announced in a few weeks. What's the mood in the camp right now?
Right after the game, I'm frustrated. I want to win every single time I step on the field. I want to win. I think that sentiment is echoed throughout the locker room. We get back in there, but we know we also have another 2 games before the World Cup starts, and then obviously we all have to stay healthy, keep pushing, and be at our best when June comes.
Matt, how did you approach tonight with the opportunity to be back in between the posts?
Always a huge honor to be able to be in the goal, and continuing to have that selfless mindset of putting the team first and doing my job and helping them when they need help and lighting a fire in them when they need it, and also supporting them when they need it. And that's kind of my attitude every time I step on the field, and as well as pushing us to win. So that's kind of what I did tonight.
Matt, two great atmospheres here in Atlanta. What is your message to the fans across the country that are looking forward to the summer ahead?
Beautiful stadium, beautiful fans and energy here. It was incredible. This is my first time playing at Mercedes-Benz where they're not cheering against me, so that obviously felt good. Just keep the energy coming, keep the noise coming. I can't really tell you how big of a difference it makes, and that is you guys are the 12th man this summer, and it's a really important factor.
Matt, thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Beauty of playing on home soil. I do want to say one thing before we get to break. You referenced it. You think that we answered one question here, and that's the starting goalie. Do you agree with that, Brad?
I would agree. I thought his performance tonight was very good. The save at the beginning, the first save of the night, and then the saves after that followed. Those are defining moments